So rumor has it that Oklahoma is starting the shop for an offensive coordinator. I know. That's the rumor. I'm going to tell y'all this now. That rumor ain't true. But that rumor also isn't as far-fetched as some may think. I'm going to explain why there's logic behind it, but I'm also going to dispel this rumor really quickly. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. All right, so we're not going to just, wait, and we're not going to bury the lead in this one. Graham Harrell, the former offensive coordinator at Purdue, who just recently got fired, by the way, is not in Norman. He did not sign a 4-year contract making $2 million a year or whatever the heck the deal was. There was a Facebook post that was going around, one of those, spam deals that be jumping in groups, and they be like putting out articles that are be ridiculous just for you to click on the link. It's mainly because people fall for it easily. But granted, this isn't a far-fetched idea. Now, him becoming offensive coordinator right now, yeah, very much far-fetched. It's not happening. That would take way too much work. But a possibility of Graham Harrell coming to Oklahoma is not far-fetched. Let me explain what I mean. So, in that, I guess the article, I didn't read it. I didn't have to. I saw the headline and I was like, oh yeah, this is not even real. Then I saw the link that it was going to with some weird website that is very obscure that I know is, dog water. So I'm not going to put y'all through that. But I wanted to address this because this is why it's far-fetched. Now, Graham Harrell was offensive coordinator at Purdue. Last season, if I'm correct, Purdue was one of the top rushing teams in the country. This past year, they ain't done nothing. Like, it's been bad. And the assumption is that it is on Graham, on Coach Harrell, or it could be, I don't know, Hudson Card is a quarterback. It ain't working for him. Let's put it this way. And some people, as soon as this went down, I saw a lot of people posting, I wonder if he likes covered wagons, Brent Venables need to call him, blah, blah, blah. And there is very much logic behind that. And this is the logic. So Graham Harrell spent time not only before Purdue, he was at USC with Clay Helton. He didn't get retained by Lincoln Riley when he got there because, of course, Lincoln Riley's bringing his offense. Before that, though, after his stellar career at Texas Tech, where he's a Hall of Famer there, and he was like a record holder in numbers there. I think he threw for 15,000 yards at the time. It was, second most at the time. So he's a quarterback, right? He is a Mike Leach type quarterback, air raid guy. He went to Washington State with Mike Leach, cut his teeth there. But then he spent 3 years at North Texas. So when he got to North Texas, they were at the bottom in scoring. Bottom 25. They were not very good at all. And from there, Graham took them in 2016 at an additional 9.6 yards points per game. From there, the next year in 2017, they were 19th in scoring, 21st in passing at like 291 yards a game, and 24th in total offense, 455 yards a game. Mason Fine was the quarterback at the time. And so if you hearing me say that Mason Fine is the quarterback, you could go ahead and put the assumption together that yes, Seth Luttrell was the head coach of North Texas that year. And Mason Fine that year threw for 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns. Next year, they moved up to 12th in passing, 20th in total offense, 26th in scoring. Mason Fine threw for 3,700 yards. And then from there, he went over to USC and moved them up to 455 yards per game, 335 yards passing. I think Kendon Slavis was out there cooking. He was a freshman All-American, first team in Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year when Graham Harrell got there underneath Clay Helton. You're like, Jay, you're giving me all these numbers and stuff. What exactly does this mean? Well, what it means is Graham Harrell worked underneath Seth Luttrell. They were partners in crime at North Texas, and when North Texas was really humming, Graham Harrell was there. He was the OC. So if Oklahoma was to reach out and hit him up and say, hey, you interested in coming here as an analyst while you're between jobs? I would not blink an eye at it. There's logic there. The logic is that he was really good as an OC with Luttrell, and he did a really good job working with quarterbacks, because everybody keeps saying, hey, you need a quarterback coach. We've got one, right? Kevin Johns from Duke, the former OC from there. He's an analyst here, and he works with quarterbacks. We've got a couple of quarterbacks. We got J.P. Lossman, who, even though he's like a director of recruiting or whatnot, former quarterback. He's worked with quarterbacks when he was an analyst. But I digress. Bringing in someone like him makes sense. I mean, he was the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award winner, finalist for Walter Camp and Davey O'Brien. He's a former quarterback. He's one that threw the ball a lot. The only other thing is that if you're buying into Graham Harrell coming to Oklahoma, you're also buying into Seth Luttrell staying around. Now, I'm not saying Seth Luttrell's leaving. I'm not saying Seth Luttrell's going to get fired. I'm not saying Seth Luttrell's going to take another job. I'm just telling you that if you're buying into Graham Harrell coming in, you're buying into Seth Luttrell still being here as well. And if Seth Luttrell's going to be here long term, I can totally see them picking up Graham Harrell and bringing him in and saying, hey, we could use some additional assistance to make things simple for Michael Hawkins. That is my point, is what I want people to get out of this, is that the rumors of him coming here are not true right now. But it don't mean that they won't be true long term. Now, I don't think he takes the OC job, right? I don't think they just displace Seth. But I could see him coming in. Now, that's unless there's some other changes in staff. If there's other changes in staff and they start shifting people around, yes, I can totally see that happens. But there has to be some changes before that can actually come to fruition. You catch my drift? That's kind of my point. Don't buy into it as if it's going to happen immediately, but buy into the idea that it could possibly happen if Brent Venables make changes. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. How you feel about that. I don't think he's been in town. I don't even know if the team has contacted him, but I'll tell you this. It would totally make sense to reach out and get him here for an analyst. That's really the whole point of this. But it's a fascinating conversation, because with the struggles of the offense, as it's been simplified, it's starting to look like it's trending up. And we'll talk about that more over the next week or so as we prepare for Red River and enjoy this bye week. Take a break. Just watch football and enjoy it as a fan. You don't actually have to root for anybody, which is, can be therapeutic sometimes. If you made this far, you like the content, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'd love for y'all to join this family of Sooner fans talking OU football, SEC, college football in general. Having a blast doing it. All right. We'll have more videos coming down the line. Of course, we'll be talking about it. We might get a commitment soon. Sounds like there's a player leaning. Go check out the other channel, Sooner or Later Sports, where we talk all recruiting. I got a video going up over there as well. And we'll talk soon. Peace.